Welcome, everyone, to the Commentary Podcast. I am your host, Pat Brennan. Welcome, everyone, to this very special episode of the Commentary Podcast. This is going to be a little different than what we do. We're not actually watching a movie. We and my co-host right here, Tony Mikel, who's been on the podcast plenty of times now. How many times have you been on?
Uh, just
Three?
twice.
Twee?
No.
Oh, twee? I said twee.
Titanic and Sinners.
Yeah, Titanic and Sinners, and maybe some
And
future episodes soon.
oh,
I don't know.
uh,
But I do know. I don't know, but I do know.
I don't know.
We've
I don't know
been
what you know.
we've been brainstorming doing this type of format for a little bit now.
Mm,
So moving forward, we're going to be bringing you weekly news, whether it be trailers, releases, or movie news in general. And we're just gonna do a quick recap and give our thoughts
we've been
on
talking about this
said
for a long
news.
time. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to hit some news with you. That's what we talk about all the time, anyways. It's gonna be like two best friends talking about movies.
hmm
Hmm.
So the way we have it broken out here is three sections. The first section is going to be we're going to talk about the new releases of the week or this past weekend, because this episode will probably come out after the weekend of these movies being released. So those are the movies we're going to be talking about. And then the other section we have is trailers that were released, and then just after that, any general news. And we chose a very hectic time to start this. I didn't
Feel like
realize
it's
how
been
much
a really busy
news.
week.
I didn't realize how much news was released this week.
Yeah,
A lot
there's
of trailers.
a lot going on, but for the industry, that is really good.
It is a good sign. Gives you somewhat hope, question mark, that
I
things are
have
still
hope.
going.
Yeah. We were just talking about last night about how many animated films came out this year, and that might be something that we talk about in the future.
So I say we just get this going with the first section here. We're going to talk about the new releases that came out this past weekend. The first being probably the biggest release, Predator Badlands, directed by Dan Trachtenberg, starring Elle Fanning. Tony, have you ever seen a Predator film?
I've not, but I've heard that this specific Predator film was like a good intro into the franchise. I'm really
hmm
excited to see the box office numbers. It's from Dan Trachtenberg, the same guy that did The Boys, Black Mirror. He did those series, and then with his feature, he did I believe it was 10 Cloverfield Lane. Did you catch that one?
He did do that one, yeah. Yeah, I did
Yeah,
have. I have
so
the Blu-ray somewhere. That's right there. I see it.
nice. He
Right
got
here.
nominated for his first feature from Directors Guild. So I need to get into Predators. I haven't caught a film yet, but this might be the one.
I know we were talking about it last night. Because I haven't seen the franchise in
Yeah, when's the
10
last
years,
time you saw a
maybe.
Predators film?
Last time I saw a Predator movie was, I think it was The Predator that Shane Black made, and I was not a big fan of that film.
Oh,
I'll just
okay.
say
Oh
that.
no.
I'll just say
So
that.
don't watch that one.
Uh, I mean, you never know. You could like it.
Which
But
one is like the one that's like you're like, yeah, this is the Predator film. Like
I
I
mean,
think about.
the first one with just Predator, John
Yeah,
McTiernan, like the classic, iconic. Then there
with
was the
Arnold.
Predator 2 with Arnold, yeah. Predator 2, and then there was one that came out 2010, Predators. I'm pretty sure what's his name is in that. That just won the Academy Award.
While you're looking for
Adrian
that, I
Brody.
will
Adrian Brody's in that.
Adrian Brody. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
cool. It
I
can
remember
be
seeing
it.
that in theaters, and I don't remember one single thing about it. But I'm looking at the cast here, and it's a pretty damn stacked cast. You had Adrian Brody, Topher Grace, Walton Goggins, Lawrence Fishburne,
Whoa.
Mahershala Ali before he became massive. So,
Maybe we should run that one. That sounds like a good cast. I
mhm.
was gonna definitely talk about with what's coming out this weekend. Elle Fanning looks like she's having a ton of fun with the marketing for this one. There's just so much like excitement and joy. I saw her do that like iconic like TikTok with what is the creature's like name? There's like a specific name for like
It's
the
just
predator.
yeah. You just I don't know, just a predator. I don't know. I'm not that deep into the
Oh, okay.
lore
I
of
don't know.
Predator.
She looks like she's having fun with it. And I'm excited for the stuff that she's working on. She's going to be in the next Hunger Games film. She's going to play Effie, right?
Yes, she is. I think they're almost done filming that. No, they might be almost done filming that.
That's going to be exciting.
And then there was a Predator animated film that was released earlier this year that Dan Trachtenberg, I think he directed that as well. I haven't seen that,
Yeah,
so maybe
I
I'll try and watch these before
I thought it
this
was
week. I don't know.
cool that there is an animated film and a live action for the franchise. What a good way to like reach to demographics, you know?
hmm It's almost like they're kind of trying to reboot it again. And
Hmm.
it's gotten very good reviews. I think the Cinema Score came out today, time of recording this, and it's an A minus, so
Heck
audiences liked
yeah.
it.
And
So,
then I think it's a good like obviously you have the blending of the Alien franchise as well, like with Wayland Utani. That's another good way to get people into like theaters to go
hmm
see it. I'm sure everybody's like highly anticipating a Alien versus Predator film, and
Oh yeah.
it'll be interesting to see what vein they go in. Are they going to go in like the original trilogy, like what type of vibe they're going for?
So I think we'll both be adding that to our watch list. We're gonna try and see it soon,
Hopefully.
hopefully. Hopefully. I know. I'm like I need to see all these new releases, and then I just went and watched Back to the Future twice this week in theaters. So,
Speaking of, are you going to go catch Die My Love next weekend?
um,
Or next week, not next
yes,
weekend. Yeah?
because that's the next one we're gonna talk about. So yeah.
Oh, perfect.
So the other, I guess, big release this week, theatrically, is Die My Love, directed by Lynn Ramsey, starring Jennifer Lawrence, Robert Pattinson, and Sissy Spacek. Have you ever seen a Lynn Ramsey film, Tony?
I'm thinking right now. Give me a few.
The most recent movie that she did was
A lot of our friends are excited for this one.
with Joaquin Phoenix. It was You Were Never Really Here. It came out like 2017, I think.
Hmm.
Really good movie. She's hasn't directed a lot. Her first movie is Ratcatcher, yeah, which is actually in the Criterion Collection.
Ooh.
My cousin is a huge fan of Ratcatcher. So is Barry Jenkins. He was in the Criterion closet, and before the Blu-ray came out, he turned to the camera and said, "Blu-ray of this, please." And they have a Blu-ray out now. I don't
I
know. Maybe I'll
love
pick it up
it.
during the sale. But yeah, her last like big or theatrical release was You Were Never Really Here. I guess it's 8 years old, so it's been a while for her.
Wow.
I know Martin Scorsese, I believe, produced this because he wanted Jennifer Lawrence in the role. I'm not sure if he.
They eyed her specifically.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he originally was like eyeing to direct it or he's just producing it. But I read somewhere that yeah, he was saying that this is her role. Like she needs to play this role.
In a lot
Um,
of the like marketing for it, I the thing that I thought about was her performance in, I'm thinking about it right now. It's with Bradley Cooper, Silver Linings Playbook.
mhm.
Seems like in that vein. She did a lot of press for this, and she went on a couple podcasts. She was talking about the film a lot, and it just got me excited for it. It sounds like it sounds very artsy, and those kind of films are always
Mhm.
like I like going to the movies and catching those for sure. But yeah, she went on to the Las Culturistas podcast and talked a lot about the industry and then this film as well.
The past like 5 years, I've noticed that how much like marketing goes towards like movies now. Like I feel like if Die My Love came out in like 2005, like
Mm,
Jennifer Lawrence, I mean, there's podcasts didn't really exist then, but like
yeah.
she wouldn't. I feel like they wouldn't be doing this much like lie detector test on Vanity. Like they wouldn't be
Yeah.
doing all of this, and it's kind of interesting that every studio or every just movie in general is marketed as like we have to get them in front of every single podcast, have them eating hot wings. Like it's
It
just an
seems
interesting.
like It seems like now, I mean, well, it's just like you said, like in 2005, they would be going on like Ryan Seacrest's
They would go on
iHeartRadio
like Good
show.
Morning America. Like
Yeah,
that's. I mean, they
like
just still do that, but like that's all. That's like the most they would do. Like.
yeah, like a solid tour. But now, in order to get your film out there, get it on like Instagram, like people scrolling Instagram or like TikTok, you almost have to like embarrass your talent. Like for example, like
Mhm.
eating hot wings or like taking a lie detector test. That's
Yeah.
how people learn about films now. It's kind of crazy.
Mhm. I think she did say that she wanted to do the lie detector test with Robert Pattinson. So, and I think there was like a clip. I think Robert Pattinson asked her if she had seen the most recent Hunger Games,
Mm.
and then he asked like, was your singing better than Rachel Zegler?" Or he didn't say Rachel Zegler. He put it as a photo, and he goes, "Then this woman." And she's like, "No, hers is better." And Rachel Zegler now has changed her profile photo to just Robert Pattinson holding her face.
I
So,
love that. I love it.
so I mean,
Um,
there's your marketing right there. You get like just other people like, jumping in on that.
he's kind of on a roll this year. He did Mickey 17. He's talking about Dune Part 3 and then like all
And
that
the
excitement
Odyssey.
from Batman's
So,
coming out. I think they did a really good job. I mean, I haven't seen the film yet, of course, but they picked two really bold actors to do that film, Die My
hmm
Love. And then also you have Sissy Spacek in there. She did a traditional interview with Jennifer Lawrence, where she showed up in a Carrie shirt to like
hmm
to give her flowers, and she was surprised by that. I thought that was cute.
And Die My Love's a movie that's like, this movie's not going to make $100 million dollars at the box office. This is a movie that
No,
if you're the actor starring in it, you're like, oh, Lynn Ramsey's making this, Scorsese's producing it. I'm going to star in this movie we're going to star
just
in
to
this
say,
movie.
yeah, absolutely. No,
Uh,
I think whenever I actually haven't talked to anybody about this, but I think what a lot of like, say for example, like someone that stars like in a Marvel film and then goes to
hmm
do like an indie art house film like after. I think that's what they really want to do. And
hmm
doing those big franchise blockbuster films, I'm sure is it's fun, but also at the same time like they're doing that so they can do a smaller film,
Yeah.
like something that matters to them. And I'm sure that this matters to them, or they saw something in the screenplay that was like,
hmm
I'd really like to do that.
hmm Yeah, it does help too when Marvel gives you a nice hefty paycheck. So,
Nice, nice, nice lot of money.
I mean, I would take the money too. Don't worry about
Trust me.
it.
That sounds
So,
amazing.
so that brings us to the third, I guess, main release of the week theatrically, and that is the biopic Christie, starring Sydney Sweeney, Ben Foster, directed by David Michôd, who I think most recently his movie was The King on Netflix with Timothy Chalamet. I think that was the last thing
Before
he
that,
directed, most
Animal
recent.
Kingdom.
Yeah, and Animal Kingdom, yeah, and The Rover with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
How do you
On this,
feel
uh-huh.
about biopics in general?
Biopics. It's a mixed bag because I think about like one of the first films that I gravitated to, which was a biopic, Selena. I mean, that
hmm
one was incredible, of course. It was just like completely rooted in like where I'm from. And but you have your Selenas, and then you have like Ray. I'm trying to think of others.
Walk the line. I mean, we just
Walk the
had
line.
we just had Springsteen come out, what, 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago?
Hmm.
I mean, those are different. Like they're musical biopics, so it's not really like this is like a sports biopic, but
Yeah. So it's
it's that
different.
same genre of, and I can see how outside people that aren't too like into these types of genre films, the
Hmm.
biopics, I can see how they can say that they're just strictly there for Oscars, as in this is how you want to win an Oscar. You got to play somebody that's already been a figure before.
And submerge yourself into that role.
Yeah. I'm not sure how this movie will do it. I don't think it's tracking very well. I don't
Hmm.
really know what the reviews were for this. I think they were a little mixed. It is interesting that Sydney Sweeney took this role. I'm not sure. I think she did produce it. But again, I watched the trailer and it seemed like they were really selling that it's an upbeat tempo, but I don't know. I don't
Whenever
know.
you told me that Ben Foster was in it, he's done a lot of TV, but what I
hmm
remember him from is it's like a Shakespeare comedy from like the 2000s called Get Over It, and he's just like hilarious in that. But
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, that's where the marketing started with this film. Is you heard like, oh, Sydney Sweeney is like putting on weight for this role.
hmm
She looks completely different in like press photos, but now post production, or I guess like a couple of weeks before the film, she started to do some press for it, and really none of the I mean, you wouldn't know that it was a biopic from like the
Mm,
kind of interviews and conversations that were being had about it. They were asking her more about like her personal life and kind of laying into those questions, and she couldn't escape them. And I bet she's a little bit relieved that she's, the marketing's like dying down. She doesn't have to go
hmm.
meet these people and talk to them about stuff. But that's what I was going to ask you. Do you think there's like a double standard with, like, say for example, like a guy had like a biopic like this come out, like he'd probably be like all over the place, like getting all the questions about the film answered or asked to him. But it feels like with like Sydney Sweeney, unfortunately, everybody's asking her like about the same things, like about her like personal relationship and like her controversial ad that came out this year. Do you feel like she's not getting like a break, say compared to like a
Yeah,
guy that would do this?
yeah. I mean, those types of questions are to me like when I see them, it's like you, I roll my eyes. It's like that's not. She's here to promote a movie that she starred in,
Yeah.
and not talk about
Yeah.
her relationship with Scooter Braun. But
Literally.
the way that marketing and the social media is now is like you kind of have to have those viral moments in order
Hmm.
for you as a company that if you're representing like your boss is like, well, you're going to need to ask her about this so we can get that soundbite to put it out so we can get clicks. It's all about clicks. That's why like when we were talking about earlier, it's like you have these press tours where they're going and making pizza and just talking about stuff and you're like, what does this have to do with like Begonia? I don't understand. Like they're making pizza right now. Like I don't but it's just different type of marketing, and that's just how that's the landscape now. Is you gotta
Yeah.
go play ball. And like a lot of the times there's these junkets where these actors will sit in a hotel like lobby like a lobby. It's like a room, and they'll sit there for 8 hours all day, and then
Yeah.
each person comes in and they get 5 minutes, and they're asked the same exact question over and over again. And you
Hmm.
as an actor you can't be like, "Ugh, I don't want to answer this damn freaking question again," but you have to act like it's
Hmm.
the first time you've ever heard the question. So it's like, "Oh, what's your
Yeah.
movie about?" Well, I've said it for the last 7 hours, but I guess I'll say it again. Here's what my movie's about.
I
So I think it's like, and I do agree that like female actors get more of I think they get more of the personal questions, like who are you
hmm
dating? Like while the males tend to get more of, say they start in a Marvel movie, they're going to ask them, oh, are you in the next Marvel movie? Like that, those are the types of questions that like men get, like as opposed to
yeah.
women being like, oh, we saw you with Scooter Braun. It's like, I don't really care. It's like, I want to
I would
hear
just feel
about,
like, are you here to ask me about my movie? I don't
yeah.
know. Maybe that's just like me kind of being like a PR manager, but I just feel like I'd want to know more about, like, say for example, like her methods, or like, what she thought about, like, I guess this person that she's playing, like their like
Hmm.
legacy in their life. Like those are the kinds of questions that I want to hear from her. And
Hmm.
I'm sure that she has a good team and like someone like letting her know, like, just tell all these people, like, whenever you have an answer, you'll have an answer.
Yeah.
I hope the best for
Um,
Christy. I hope it goes
yeah,
well.
I'll catch it sometime. I'll say that. I'm not, there's other things that I'm gonna
it,
watch before
it's
that.
good to talk about, what we are planning to watch in theaters and what we aren't. I mean,
Mm,
it's just like you said, it's that this is the lay of the land right now. People are
mm,
picking and choosing, what they're going to pay $20, or, add four films to their AMC list membership. Like, what are my four films I'm going to pick? Because I only have, these films. And if I
mm,
want to go watch another one, am I going to go spend like, depending on the area as well, like $20 to go see Christie?
yeah. And it doesn't help when there's like 6 movies released a week and you have to kind of choose which. Living in
Is it,
LA
is this
myself,
is this your dilemma, Pat?
yeah, I have the luxury of living in LA where all these movies are released around me. So
The closest AMC to me is in Dallas, Texas.
we're just gonna have to get build an AMC near you, or just get you to LA.
Either or, preferably the other one.
The latter, the latter.
This next film that we're going to talk about, I'm actually really excited to dive deep into this a little bit. Not as much because, it's like you said, we're not watching a film. But catching this last night, doing like our homework. Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro. I'll let you take the lead on this because I just kind of want to talk about what you think about it.
Yeah, so the movie that just dropped, it's been in theaters for about what, a couple weeks now and very, very
Hmm.
limited areas. I think just kind of in like New York, LA, maybe some Chicago areas.
Was it
Directed by
released in
Guillermo del
IMAX?
Toro. I believe in some theaters it was. I'm sure there was some around me, but I didn't go attend those screenings. Released on Netflix this past Friday, Frankenstein, directed by Guillermo del Toro, starring Oscar Isaac, Jacob Elordi, Mia Goth, Christoph Waltz. I'll admit, I was a little hesitant from the earlier reactions that I saw of this movie back in Venice. I think a lot of it was very mixed then, and
Yeah.
there, I guess, a lot of the critiques were the CGI. And watching it last night, I could see some of the CGI was a little like, eh. But
Hmm.
that I'm a person that like some CGI, like it can take people out of the movie. It doesn't really take me out. I'm kind of just like
Hmm.
whatever. Like it doesn't really bother me that much. It's just
Should
CGI.
we preface this conversation with no spoilers?
Yeah, we're gonna do our best to not to spoil. I mean, it is an old tale of Frankenstein, so like I don't know what more you could spoil. Like,
It's been around
spoiler,
for a
he
while.
built Frankenstein comes to life.
Whoa.
But I think what I
Thanks
was
for
most
ruining it.
impressed by
Mhm.
was Elordi's performance, because originally it was supposed to be Andrew Garfield was originally
Mhm.
signed on. I'm pretty sure he dropped out or had scheduling conflicts to do After the Hunt, the Luca Guadagnino movie that came out
When to go
a
do
couple
the
weeks ago.
Guadagnino?
I was most impressed by him. He was very good. I mean, he's great. He's very tall, so he fits the role very well.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
how Andrew Garfield would have fit that role
I
because
feel like
obviously Lord is taller than him.
Netflix started spoiling, or not spoiling, but just kind of like, showcasing the film a lot more, like leading
Hmm
up to, the release. I feel like
hmm
they showed a lot, showcased the creature, a lot of the set design by Guillermo del Toro. Sorry, I can't say his name. I don't know why. That's so weird. But for me, the thing that stood out the most was the set design. I knew, like within the first 5 minutes, that I was really going to be enjoying the film that I was about to watch.
hmm
Um, he the most like memorable part of it for me was there's this ship that is used a lot in the film, and it's just constructed so pretty, and it feels like a stage. It feels like a stage performance whenever
hmm
the characters are on it, and I really liked that. And then I saw a little bit of the behind the scenes footage, and it looks like they really like wanted to emphasize the scale of, the iconic moment of, Frankenstein turning "it's alive," like that kind of stuff. They went for scale, and I think it's gonna be like memorable. That's what you want your monster film to be. Like, there's so many versions of Frankenstein's, of Dracula's, of the Mummy, over and over and over again. But like, what makes his memorable? I would think that it'd be like the craft that went into it. And he said that he was gonna be putting monster films down for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a master at making monster films. But I agree. I think the production design was like my favorite aspect of it. And I think when I was watching it, I noticed that like all of the lighting, which this was like one of my favorite parts, all the lighting was just coming from the windows. Like that's the majority of the lighting was just blown out windows. And I always say,
Production
blow out the
value.
windows, blow out the windows. And I always love his cinematography. I love the lenses he uses because they give such a great like depth of field, and it's just great.
We
I don't
haven't
want to spoil too much more, but we both loved it, so I highly recommend.
we obviously liked it. What I was gonna ask about this one in particular to you was, do you think that there'll be any like solid awards buzz, like say in about 2 weeks when all of our friends watch it?
The Academy does love Guillermo. I mean, Shape of Water won Best Picture, he won Best Director.
Hmm.
And Nightmare Alley was also nominated for Picture and Director, I believe. So he does have some pull there. I think it just depends on if Netflix is going to screen Netflix to Academy members or if Academy members are going to press play on Netflix. I don't know.
When does that start to happen? Like in January?
I think the early voting starts in like December, I think, and then the nominees will
Hmm.
come out in January.
Before hopping on to do this, I saw that Sinners is going to be in 70 millimeter IMAX in
Yep.
where you live.
So yeah, and Warner Brothers is gonna push like that. So like I think that's probably guaranteed a Best Picture nom lock. Not winning, just saying it's locked. Studios will screen them again for Academy members to be like, hey, you should vote for this movie. So we'll see. I
All
think I could see it getting a Best Picture nom. I don't know if it's gonna get like director or any acting awards. I think it's definitely gonna get creative awards like the production design, like score. Like I could see costumes like those. It'll pick up I think noms for that, but I don't know. High end maybe picture nom. And that might be about it, honestly.
yeah.
But I still really loved it. I was very impressed by it. I wish I did see it in theaters, but I was lazy, I guess you could say, and I didn't go watch it in theaters.
I will say I need to see Mia Goth in more period horror. That was pretty cool. You know, seeing her from, you know, the X trilogy going to do something in my eyes is just very prestige. Like some I'm sure this was like a like once in a lifetime moment for her to be like, "Oh, I'm going to be doing a film with like this director." She's on her way to go film the new Star Wars film.
hmm Yeah, that'll come out next year, I think. I don't know.
Star Wars Starfighter.
Yeah, I have
What?
a.
What was that? What
I don't
was
want to
that?
say much.
No, no.
I'm a little Star Wars checked out, but it's okay. I'm not
It's
gonna.
okay. I think you and the you would not be the only person that is burnt out on Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, I say that, and then I'll go watch what The Mandalorian and the Grogu. Rolls right off the tongue that title. I'll go watch that in theaters. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But you won't watch
Anyway,
Frankenstein in theaters. I'm just
anyway.
kidding.
Hey, I pay for A-list, and it's kind of hard sometimes for me to justify spending another like $30 to go watch a movie somewhere
That's what I
else.
just hey, I just talked about
But I gotta,
that.
so I gotta support things. A-list gives
Yeah.
me 4 movies, and I think that's enough for me for a week. It's a lot.
I guess
It's a lot of
out
time
of
to invest.
curiosity, what is the last film that that you went out of your way to be like, okay, this is like out of my like fourth film, like I'm paying more money to go see like this again or like say see this outside of my like
Um,
four.
are you saying like I like outside of AMC?
Hmm.
I mean, if there's movies playing like the Vista, like I'll try to go to those. But I mean, like with AMC, like there's AMC City Walk here. Like if people know, whenever there's that 70 millimeter photos of the projector, like that's AMC City Walk in LA.
Yeah,
So was able to, and with AMC, I was able to see one battle after another in 70 millimeter IMAX, and that's where I saw Sinners. And so there is great perks to living in LA and having like that type of theater that can showcase that 70
that kind of
millimeter
experience.
IMAX. It's good. I'll go to those.
The reason that I asked, I so there's a rhyme to the like the reason. The reason that I asked was that I feel like right now a lot of people who go to movies are looking for an experience. So if your film can provide that experience. So for example, Frankenstein, like I'm sure that was an amazing experience for, you know, those diehard fans of like this director. And
hmm
I think going forward, in order to get people in seats, like that needs to be created over and over and over. And I
hmm
mean, that's just the only way it's gonna happen. It's gonna get people in seats.
All right, so that brings us to our second segment, which is the trailers that were released this week. I think the one it's not really, wasn't even really a trailer, but it was a teaser. They were announcing Godzilla Minus Zero, which was a sequel to Godzilla Minus One. Tony, did you see Godzilla Minus One?
I have. I really enjoyed it. I'm a Godzilla fan, and then like all of my friends around me are like intense Godzilla fans, like
hmm
intense. Like they are about it.
I wouldn't say I'm like an intense fan. I do own the Criterion set, and then I own obviously Godzilla Minus One, and then Shin Godzilla. I'm not like a huge Godzilla fan, but I enjoy them. They're fun. Godzilla Minus One is amazing though. So I think
Yes.
we're both excited for that. And it's just like an announcement teaser. Really, what didn't say anything much. Another trailer was released this week was a very Jonas Christmas movie.
I know
Tony,
you're really excited for
are
that
you a
one.
Jonas
No,
Brothers fan?
yeah. No, I said it first. I totally rocked to Year 3000 whenever I was in high school. I didn't care.
I mean, was it one album came out like a couple years ago? It had
Mhm.
like I forget what it was. It's not a bad album. I listened to it. It's not bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I listened to who was the one that did Cake by the Ocean? He has his like DNC or something like that. I listened to that music. You're like, I don't know. I think it's cool. It reminds me of those like Disney original movies that we grew up
Yeah.
watching.
It seemed
That
like
kind of
this
vibe.
that Disney Plus is trying to lean into that. I did watch the trailer and then I noticed how bland and gray it looked, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Oh
It didn't look
no,
great visually, but I'm sure it's
man.
gonna be a hit for them, and people love the Jonas Brothers, so
Well, think about it, like Christmas music, Jonas Brothers. What more do you need?
maybe Miley Cyrus up here. I don't know. Another big trailer released this week was Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I watched the first movie and I don't remember a single thing about it. So,
Really?
yeah, because I watched it on whatever it was, Peacock when it came out. I don't know, like 2022 or 2023.
Is that during
Um,
no, those post-pandemic?
but yeah, I remember people not liking it that played the games. I don't know. I didn't ever play the games. I was just like, I mean, it's fine. I don't
It's
know.
very beloved right now. I mean, it has been for a while. They Halloween Horror Nights just did a whole
hmm
a maze over it. They had like a restaurant. It's picking up pretty good. I'm sure that,
hmm
who's it, Universal? Universal's, I'm sure, just like looking at that like
Yeah,
money,
I mean, it's
like
this one seems to be tracking. I think people are more positive with this
mhm.
one. It looks like it's and the Skeet Ulrich is in it, so
Yeah, it's reuniting
mm,
Matthew
the
Lillard
original,
and
yeah,
Skeet Ulrich
yeah. So
since Scream. Isn't that crazy?
no,
What
so
I was gonna say about it was that I think intro horror is super important. It just walks that line very well, and
hmm
I think it's cool that Universal has an intro horror franchise. I mean, it's gonna do well. People are gonna grow up with it. Hope
yeah,
maybe it gets scarier in like 5 to 10 years.
hmm yeah. I think the first one did. I think it was in theaters and it did decent for it being in theaters. So
Mhm.
I'm sure this one will do well too. I'm sure I'll see it, but yeah,
Do you know anything
about
about the lore?
not really. I never played the game, so
No. The game's pretty scary. I don't know. That's
yeah.
why I was asking. I was like, it's a pretty scary game.
Yeah. So maybe I'll rewatch the first one again before, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. And another, okay, I want to preface this. We have a lot of trailers here that we might talk about just very quickly, though. So we're just gonna go through. Again, this is still all trial and error. We're just trying this. We're trying this.
This is our pilot
Um,
episode.
yeah, this is the pilot. This is 101 pilot. Production 101. We had a one new Wonder Man teaser coming out. I know Tony's a big Marvel person. I wanted to hear his thoughts on what might be the last like kind of spin-off small character Marvel Disney Plus show. Are you excited for
Yeah.
this TV
I
show?
am excited because it's like it's just like you said, it's like one of the only things that I have. I remember being really excited for Marvel TV whenever WandaVision rolled out. Staying up until 2 to catch the newest episode, catching the animated shows, catching everything that came out, and then starting to fall off. As you know, as the same time as everybody, it's just kind of an unfortunate time right now. Nobody wants to talk to you about Marvel.
hmm
Whenever is brought up, there's a lot of just discourse, but I mean, that's everything right now. But Wonder Man, it ties into the West Coast Avengers, so there's a lot of potential there for bringing in characters that are already fleshed out in the MCU. I have faith that it'll go well, but it's just like you said, it's going to be like one of the last standalone things for a while.
hmm I remember when like pre-Endgame, I was like so locked into Marvel.
You're
I was
fired
like,
up.
it was fired up. And I feel like ever since, I mean, Disney Plus, I think their best thing they've probably done is Loki and WandaVision. And I remember when
Mhm.
WandaVision came out, like everyone during COVID, like everyone was like, this is it. Everyone all sitting down to watch this. And
Absolutely.
I feel like they just, Marvel has become like in my mind for me, I sound like such a downer, like talking about all this stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like we're talking about like a breakup or something.
Yeah. I just feel like it's become like homework in a sense where it's like if you don't watch this one spin-off of a TV show, you're not going to know
Hmm.
what's happening in Avengers like Doomsday because his character's just going to appear. And like, I don't know, I didn't watch that. Like, I think that was some of the critiques of the new Captain America was you had to have watched the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show to kind of understand
Yeah.
what was going on. And some people didn't,
Hmm.
so they didn't really know like what is going on in this movie. Like, when did he be
Same
like,
with Thunderbolts.
so like a lot of it, and I think Marvel has realized that they need to kind of scale back on that, and I don't think there's going to be them making TV show about like Ironheart anymore or a Wonder Man or which sucks because it's like these are characters that people like want to see on screen. It's just they became so like too much at once, and it became like if you're not watching 500 Marvel things at one time, you're not going to know
Hmm.
what's going on. So, like if you were going to go up to somebody now and be like, "Hey, do you want to see Avengers Doomsday?" Like I'm sure they'd be like, "Well, I've never seen a Marvel movie. Where do I start?" And you're go, "Well,
Hmm.
you have to watch 50 movies to understand what's going on." Like if I were a person, I'd be like, that seems like a lot of work. I think I'm good on that. I'm sure the Avengers Doomsday will do fine, but it is
Hmm.
interesting to see how this show does because I think it will be the last of them taking that like kind of risk on greenlight anything Marvel because we're Marvel and we control the game now. And I think with the box office of like Fantastic Four and only like on paper that maybe should make $1 billion and it didn't.
Hmm.
I think there is some sort of hesitation now within
And
that company of
I have
greenlighting
no
things.
fault of the filmmakers
No.
on specifically that
Hmm.
Fantastic Four First Steps because that is a beautiful film. I mean, whenever you have somebody like a critic comparing your sequences to Interstellar, I mean, what a great
Hmm.
like compliment, and you can actually see outside in the film whenever it's dark outside
Hmm.
and like there's just so many different things, but we'll have to do a episode over like the state of Marvel or something so we don't
Yeah.
completely just
And yeah,
talk
like you
about
said, it's
Marvel.
just no fault to anyone starring in them, making them. It's
Mhm.
just I think audiences and I think Marvel itself has noticed that there is fatigue, superhero fatigue. Like Superman only made 600 million too. There's superhero fatigue. Like those movies 10 years ago, clear a billion. Easy. Like
I've
easy.
always wanted you to tell tell our listeners about the thing that you told me with the westerns and comparing them to Marvel. I always just thought that was a very clever and smart thing to say about the state of those films right now.
Yeah, I mean, well, we know some people on certain sites don't watch anything made before 2015. But
What?
back in the day when you couldn't, you had to just go, you couldn't own movies. In the 60s and 50s, there were like westerns released every single week, and that's all
Wow,
of
that's crazy.
westerns all the time. And when you got towards like that 60s and then the new era of filmmaking came in the 70s, like there were still westerns here and there, but
Mm,
the audiences just got tired of westerns and just that's just how it is. And you had like in the 90s it was a lot of pure action, and then kind of in the 2000s that the action switched to more adventure like action type of films. It's just there are fatigue and studios do pay attention. It's interesting that in like 2012 when I think Spielberg was doing press for Lincoln, he was talking about superhero movies because that was when the first Avengers film came out. The height like that. There's four film leading up to that. Big.
mhm.
I think you had like DC was then starting to reboot with Zack Snyder. They were redoing everything. You had the Dark Knight Rises. Like superhero was getting big, like big, and they asked Spielberg, and he said, "I think they'll eventually fall the way of the Western. As in 10 years, the fatigue will be there. They'll still be around, but you'll see less of an output." And he was right. Like 13 years later, like people just are like, I want to watch something else. And super movies always be around. It's no dig to them. I own a lot of them.
Mhm.
I like a lot of them. It's just when you have seven of them coming out a year, people are like, what superhero is this now? I don't know who this is. Like,
Yeah.
or if you have like Superman again, a person that doesn't watch a lot of movies is like, wait, what Superman is this? Like, what is happening? Like, is this a reboot of another Superman? Like, didn't we just have Superman? Like, I don't understand
Mhm.
what's going on. So I think when the studios just latch onto an idea like, oh, and they were right. The audiences kind of just wanted superhero movies for a while. Let's just keep making them, man. They're gonna make me a
Yeah.
billion dollars, so I'm gonna keep
They
making them.
flooded the market with them and then it backfired.
So we don't have to keep going down that like path, but it's a cycle of Hollywood. It's just
It's a good
genres
future
happen.
episode topic. It
Yeah.
sounds like I feel like both you and I have a lot to say about
Mm.
superhero movies.
Like genre changes happen. The only one that's like really stuck around that's always sells is kind of horror. Like any type of horror sells. And you look at these movies are made for 2, 3 million,
me
and they
me
make
doing the Scorsese thing.
like 60, like it sells. So people want to be scared. That's what I'll say. People always want to be scared in a group in a group setting. Anyway, we can move on to actually we can move on to a horror trailer. The final trailer for Keeper came out, the new Osgood Perkins film. Are you excited for this film, Tony? I still have not seen The Monkey, so
Well, I'm telling you, I'd be down to watch it with you anytime. I I think whenever you have so it looks like the marketing for this film intentionally sought out horror icons. For example, I'm trying to think of all the directors that they gathered for it. I believe they got Del Toro to say something about Keeper,
mm,
calling Osgood Perkins a master at horror. It looks intense. You got Tatiana Maslany, She-Hulk. She was She-Hulk. Whenever you have she seems pretty loyal to Perkins to be in like three films, I believe back to back.
yeah, she was in The
Um,
Monkey, right? Yeah,
yeah,
she's
she
in
was
The
in The
Monkey.
Monkey. She's gonna be in this one. I'm trying to think if she was in one before, or maybe this is just like what's next. But
Because is he already
um,
making another movie right now, I think?
yeah, that's what I think I'm talking about. Is what this guy is like. He's making these horror films like 6 months after. The Monkey was
Hmm.
just released at the beginning of this year,
Yeah, the young
and
people. The girl
mhm,
from Summer I Turned Pretty, Lola Tongue, is the lead in that. So I'm kind of interested to see her be in a horror film. You're right, Tatiana
interesting.
Maslany. She is in his new film. So
Yeah. You know, it looks like he's found some like magic in a bottle over there at Neon, and they like, giving
yeah.
him money for films because it's a specific flavor. Like, like I guess for example, it's like a specific sauce, and the Perkins sauce is very distinct, and like you either like it or you don't. And I like that his films have like a message underneath all the macabre and morbid and just I'm excited, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm excited too. It looks good. And for those listening that don't know, Oscar Perkins is the grandson of Anthony Perkins from Psycho. He's also the star of Legally Blonde, like one of the greatest movies ever made. So
My
with
favorite part
that,
from that my favorite part from that is whenever she comes in and like pretends to be his girlfriend to like so he doesn't
yeah,
get embarrassed in front
I'm
of those like
sorry.
girls.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry
Yes.
for giving me the best pleasure of my life.
What a film. What a film. There's another trailer that came out this week that I feel like I didn't see anyone really talk about. It's called Atropia, which is really interesting because we had Warfare come out this year, and this film is about them. They like build like a town for people to prepare to be like going into Iraq and what it's going to be like.
Mm.
For what I gather from the trailer, but it's like a comedy.
Who's the
So
distributor, Pat?
I believe it is like she's like an actress that works. It's basically like Turner, isn't it? Dua
Mm.
Lipa's soon to be husband. It looks like it is made by Vertical Entertainment. It's a very indie film. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about it because it's interesting. It's you have a
Yeah.
film like Warfare come out this year, and you watch this trailer, and you're like, this kind of is like they're in one location, shoot like
Hmm.
acting, quote unquote. I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting film that's coming out. We don't have to talk more about it,
Yeah.
but I just thought the trailer was interesting.
No, I actually, so for me, like I haven't heard about this one yet, and the more that you do talk about it, the more I'm like intrigued. Whenever I'm looking it up on Google right now, it's and there's just like the IMDb page
Hmm.
for it. That's
And
very
I don't know when
very
it's coming out.
intriguing.
I don't know when it's coming out, but
Yeah.
yeah, it reminded me of like, oh, like it's not like it's giving Warfare vibes, but it'd be an interesting like double feature pair to watch with Warfare and then watch this, which is more of a comedic look at that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's I thought it was a very interesting trailer and very interesting concept. But anyway, we can move on
Also like
to
a
another.
specific cast as well.
Mhm. We can move on now to another big trailer, which as of today is the highest viewed biopic of all time trailer. It is the Michael Jackson biopic teaser trailer that came out, which
Thoughts?
I
What are
then
your
heard thoughts. I mean, it is his what? It's his nephew playing him.
hmm
So I guess that's good in a sense where you have to keep in the again, it's a musical biopic. I don't
We
know.
were just
This
talking
was
about this.
originally supposed to come out, I believe, this year.
hmm
And I think the director Antoine Fuqua, he said that this may be two films, as
They
in they're
would
gonna
be
have this
smart to get
one,
ready for
they're
that.
gonna have
Yeah.
this one, and then like I guess it'd be more later in career of
hmm
him. So it just that'd be the sequel. But I think that there was a lot of production issues, like legal issues, and they had to reshoot a lot of the second half.
Really?
So I think that's why it was delayed for a long time. I
Based on
watched it. It's
story?
only I think it was just like I don't know if it was story or just like other legal issues that like I guess his family didn't okay. I'm not entirely sure what the problem was. I
Yeah.
could be completely wrong. I didn't delve too much deep into it. I just wrote down Michael Jackson trailer. So
I'm just gonna predict that like it's gonna be very much like Springsteen. It's gonna be fixated on like one album or like that era,
mm,
and
I
that is
assume it's
pretty.
going to be that thriller
Yeah,
era. I assume it's going to be that. I mean, they
I
have it
would
in the trailer,
say
so
that it's pretty smart to like get ready for like a second film, depending on like the buzz for this one. I
yeah. I
mean,
mean, mm, sorry, what were you gonna say?
away no no you're good. Away from the film, away from the essence of like the later part of his life, what would you say was like your first experience like with Michael Jackson, where you're like his music like had an impact on you?
Oh,
Like what would that song be?
I mean, it's the whole Thriller album. I mean, it's like it's a basic like oh, but even if you listen to that album, like I have it on vinyl, and you're like, dude, this is just banger, like after banger, man,
Yeah.
like iconic album. I mean, and that's probably what I assume the movie's. It's in the trailer, so it's like you said, it's probably
Same.
Springsteen geared towards that. I think this movie will do a lot better than Bruce Springsteen, especially box office wise, because it is Michael Jackson. I mean, Bruce Springsteen is a huge star, but Michael Jackson, just like on another, like that's an icon to like a lot of people. And I think this
Is
is
it the
releasing in April next year. So there is like that early summer crowd, like people are gearing up for summer movies and you have it's Michael Jackson. I think it's going to do well box office wise.
mhm.
I mean, we only saw a minute and 10 seconds, so I don't really know. I mean, visually it looked decent and you had like Miles Teller randomly in one shot, but playing his lawyer. So
Is it gonna do you think is it from the same filmmakers that made Bohemian Rhapsody?
because that was Bryan Singer who was then fired. And then Dexter Fletcher came in, star of Band of Brothers, came in and fixed it. Um, but I believe was that Fox that made Bohemian Rhapsody? I think this is
I think
Universal
so.
making this film. I think it's Universal making this film. I'm completely wrong. Um,
Interesting.
well, next we'll come more prepared with the studios next time. Just off the top of my head. I don't
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to embarrass you like
No, you don't
that.
need an embarrassment.
I'm a bad
Uh,
co-host. I need to
but
text
yeah,
you and
I
be
mean,
like, "You're fired."
I mean, it's Michael Jackson. It's gonna do well, I think, just box office wise. I don't know, critic like it's hard to judge things when you've only seen production stills and a minute of footage. It
Mhm.
looks okay. I mean, he has his nephew playing him, so it's not like someone else is playing him. So I don't know. We'll see, and I'm sure a new trailer will probably come out end of the year. So
Go full length.
anyway, the full length, yeah. Anyway, we also got a teaser for Stranger Things Tales from 85, which I guess takes place between season 2 and 3, and it's an animated series.
Mhm.
I guess they've been working on this for a while. I watched it. It's like only a minute. What did you think? Did you watch the trailer teaser?
I watched it as well. I think it's just like that format that, Predator's doing,
Hmm.
having an animated and live action. It's just going to reach a broad scope of
Hmm.
viewers.
I
And
mean,
it's smart. It's
it's smart.
smart.
Yeah, it's smart to like. I know people will say it's like, oh, they're just milking it, but I mean, Netflix. It's their biggest thing besides like
hmm
Squid. Like that's their biggest product is
It's what
Stranger
people think of
Things.
whenever they think of
Yeah.
Netflix.
And if you can use ways to like, oh, this takes place between season 2 and 3, it's gonna be 10 episodes, the anthology, like other things they're doing, like
hmm
why not do it? And it's gonna people are gonna watch it. Like I'll probably watch it. I don't know. I was thinking about rewatching the whole thing anyway, because there's too many time between seasons. I don't remember what happened in the previous
Are you telling
seasons.
me you don't remember the iconic Max moment?
Probably not. No. I remember a
Oh
lot of
man.
things, but I don't know. Some things just when you have like a show that takes 5 seasons, 5 years to put out a season. I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, oh yeah, Stranger Things. Forgot that's still a television show.
Me, I'm like sitting there on my couch, like with my arms crossed like this, waiting for the Stranger Things the final season to come. And I'm like, it's been like, time's a ticking. Like I've been waiting for this. Like I mean, that's the thing I'm sure that they're struggling with like maintaining the audience is like everybody was anticipating that for that final season that like they've been
hmm
talking about forever and ever and ever, and now it's like finally hitting, and they're having to try hard, for the most part to
hmm
maintain the audience, because at the end of the day Stranger Things is like it's like a comfort show.
hmm Yeah. I mean, I love the first season of Stranger Things. I think I actually had it on Blu-ray when they put that out. I don't think they ever
Nice.
put out any other seasons, but I've been thinking about rewatching it. I don't know if I'm gonna watch when the final season comes out because I just like I want to rewatch the whole thing just so I can get it. But I don't know. We'll see.
Get it
I
in
like
one
I like the
swing.
first season. I like the first season. It was good.
The first season is very, very scary too.
hmm So the next trailer that came out was Percy Jackson season 2. Tony, did you watch season 1?
I did not. Are you a Percy Jackson guy?
I own the books. I've never read them.
Have you
It's
seen
in
the
a box
show?
set. I have seen the show. It was all right. It wasn't bad, but it did that came out like 2 years ago, I think, at this point.
Mhm.
Um, I think I watched it. I think it came out during Christmas is when I watched it. I don't remember. Again, I don't remember what happened. This is
It's
not going
been
well,
too
guys.
long.
I don't remember anything.
So I guess we're finding out like Pat's like memory frame, like if it's been longer than 2 years with a show.
Yeah. I can remember random ass lines from Boy Meets World, but I cannot remember what happened in season
And
one of
Legally
Percy
Blonde.
Jackson. It looks solid. I'm sure I'll watch it. Maybe I'll watch like a recap of season 1 before I watch that. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Another trailer that came out was The Testament of Anne Lee. This comes from Brady Corbet and Mona Fastfold, sorry, which is Brady Corbet. Brady Corbet from Brutalist.
Yes.
Um, so he co-wrote this with his wife, starring Amanda Seyfried and Lewis Pullman. I think this looks fantastic. I heard great things. I think it's about like the founding of like the Shaker movement. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. It's like a
Mm-mm.
somewhat of a religion. I don't know when this is supposed to come out, but I don't know.
Looking it
I was
up.
really pumped. It looked great. Thomasin McKenzie's in it too. Like Chris Rabbitt's in it. It's been premiering. I think it premiered at Venice, I believe, and it got a
Mm.
great reaction there. So we'll see. I don't not really have much more to say about it, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah, no, it looks interesting for sure. I think one of our friends has already seen this one, but I'd be interested to ask him about it now.
hmm And I don't like to talk about Oscars that much, but it'd be cool to see Amanda Seyfried nominated for Best Actress for that. I haven't seen the film, but
You're just going into the film like, oh yeah, this is gonna be it.
it could
No,
be
that
coming out next year for all I know. I think
yeah,
Focus picked it up. I think Focus may have picked it up.
I think it's Searchlight.
Searchlight, yeah, you're right. I swear I'll come more prepared next time for the companies. I
No, it's
swear.
okay. I'm being a snob
No.
with like the distributors, and I
No.
apologize.
Uh, we have three more trailers to talk about now. One of them is 100 Nights of Hero. This is the one with Micah Monroe, and I think Charlie XCX is in this movie.
I caught this
Um,
one right before we jumped on because I wanted to
it
make
was a
sure that I
very
was.
interesting trailer. The tone of the trailer seemed kind of all over the place for me.
Mm.
But the movie look, I love Mike Monroe, so I'm very interested in this film. And it's really interesting to see how much stuff that Charlie XCX is in now. Um, and has Emma Corrin too, which
I was about to
they're
say
great. So,
Emma Corrin, just something. Her acting just like pulls my focus. So in the
mhm,
trailer, I agree with what you said that that there was a lot of things happening, and I feel like whenever people hear all over the place, they think immediately like negative, but I mean all over the place could be, you know. there's
It's
just
it
like a lot
was
happening.
yeah. I'm saying it was a lot different vibe than I thought the movie was originally going to be. So I think they put out a teaser, like a minute
Yeah.
teaser, and I think it was just them all sitting down like at a table, and she asked for water, and then they both gave her the water, so she didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like that was it.
Hmm.
So when they put the full trailer out, I was like, oh, this is like completely different vibe than I thought it was going to be.
Completely. And
Um,
like it doesn't divulge too much about like the characters and like what's gonna happen, but it gives you just the right amount to like let you know like, hey, there's like multiple storylines in this and there's no
hmm
telling like what's gonna happen by the end.
And I don't think this has a US release date yet. I think it's supposed to come out in the UK later this year, but probably early 2026 this is coming out in the US. But I'm excited for it. I like Mike Monroe, so another trailer that came out. Dan, we chose a week that had like 800 trailers come out, and I didn't even write all of them down because there was a lot, and I was like, we don't need
You surprised me with a few of them. I was like, oh crap.
There's a new trailer for Song Sung Blue, which is with Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson, where they like form like a Neil Diamond tribute band.
I've
Um,
heard about this one. I actually have heard good things.
I have heard good things too. I've heard early screenings from people at Paramount. I think it's Paramount that's putting this
Mm.
out. And people have said like the trailer kind of doesn't do it justice. They're like this movie's actually pretty good. And I think
It's a
this new trailer actually kind of gave away a, I'm not gonna say it if people don't want to watch the trailer, but it kind of gave away a big moment that I was not expecting. And I was like, oh, I don't know if you
it's a
watched the
true
trailer.
story, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably look it up, but like, there
Yeah.
was a moment in it, and I was like, oh, they're actually like kind of gave away a big plot point there, I assume. But they didn't really show anything that happened after it. But there's a shot where
Yeah.
you're like, oh, okay, like. But I mean, I guess they got to sell, and usually in like your second trailers, because you usually have a teaser, and then the second trailer is the one where your studio is like, you really need to sell this movie, and that's why a lot of studios tend to push to have like spoilery things in there because they need the audience to be like, "Ooh, I'm interested. I already saw what happened, but I want to know what happens after that." They're trying to sell it. It's like it's annoying when you see stuff like that. I mean, I could be
Hmm.
completely wrong. I don't know if that's a huge spoiler thing if everyone already knew that. I've never even heard of this story. So. But I mean, I like Hugh
The
Jackman. Again, but it's like a weird it's like a biopic in a sense. Like it's I guess it's about
yes,
real life
it's
people
exactly what I was gonna say.
and it seems like it's comes out Christmas Day, and I was like, oh, this is a very like Christmas movie. Like,
Hmm.
but I have heard it's been testing well, especially within the studio. That it's, but again, sometimes studios get early reactions like, oh, it's our movie, so we love it. But I think some critics have seen it and they say it's actually pretty good. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see that.
Currently, was that all of our trailers?
We have one more.
One more. All right, let's do
And I
it.
just watched it. I watched it like a couple hours ago.
Oh yeah?
This cast, let me pull up. It's called Oh What Fun. It's a
Okay.
Christmas movie coming out on Prime.
I haven't seen the
Let
trailer
me
for this one,
let me
but
pull
I've
up this
heard of it.
cast. It stars the lead is Michelle Pfeiffer. We have Dennis Leary, Felicity Jones, Chloe Grace Moretz, Dominic Sessa, Jason Schwartzman, Eva Longoria, Havana Rose Liu, Ahmad Apatow, Danielle Brooks. I was like, every shot of the trailer, I was like, wait. And then I think Joan Chen is like, I was like, another person is in this movie. What is this movie?
That's a
Like,
pretty all-star cast right there. I
um,
mean, wow. Ava
and
Longoria.
Devery Jacobs from Reservation Dogs in it too. Like,
Hmm.
it is a Michael Showalter movie. Michael Showalter, famously known for his incredible performance in Wet Hot American Summer. But he wrote and directed The Big Sick. I think no, he didn't write that. He directed The Big Sick. And he directed most recently The Idea of You with Anne Hathaway.
Mm.
That was on Amazon. So I guess
Wrote the
he has a
screenplay for
relationship.
this.
Yeah. So I was watching the trailer. I was like, this is a really I mean, it's a Christmas movie, so it'll probably do well. I just want to talk about that cast was insane. That's all I
Yeah,
wanted to say.
that is a pretty stacked cast.
And I love Michelle Pfeiffer, so. And now we're transitioning to our last category, which is just basic film news that came out this week.
Our
One
favorite
thing,
topic.
yeah, we talk about this like every day. So,
Yeah.
so we figured why not let people listen to what we talk about?
I love it.
um,
I love it.
so did you want to talk to me about the first thing on here?
Yeah, I just know how much of a fan you are of this actress. I so the news is that Ella Purnell and Pete Davidson are casted in a rom-com called "That Time We Met." Initial thoughts.
I saw Ella Purnell and I smiled, and then I saw Pete Davidson and I went, oh, that was my initial thought.
I see Pete Davidson.
What an interesting cast. Like I cannot visually see them having chemistry, but the more I probably think about it, I bet you they're gonna have fantastic chemistry.
So he has a is just like that thing with Sydney Sweeney where I'm talking about like who he's dated in the past,
Hmm.
being a
That's
hypocrite
true,
right
yeah.
now. But he has this energy around him that I would be kind of like interested to see how that flows with Ella Purnell. I think it could potentially like throw somebody off that is she doesn't look like she would be with him kind of thing, you
Hmm.
know. And I think those
That's
kind
probably
of
what they're going for. That's probably what they're
yeah,
trying to go for.
those kind of I mean we're writing the film as we're like talking about it. It's like an underdog story, but we'll see. I'm pretty intrigued as well.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I love Ella Purnell, so I'll watch anything she's in.
What's the last thing that she was in that you caught?
I mean, I think it's just Fallout, probably.
Fallout.
Yeah. And then she's in obviously like I guess she does the voice in Arcane. I never watched Arcane, but she does one of the lead
Mm.
voices in that with Haley Steinfeld. I heard it's a great show. I've never seen it. Probably should watch that. But yeah, I think she has Fallout season 2 coming out in December. So, and then she's in the first season of Yellow Jackets, which apparently I guess she may have been the glue of that show because I have opinions on season 2 and 3.
Did she leave after a specific season? She left after
One.
season one.
I don't want to
Okay.
give away why she left, but I think you can read between the lines of why. It's been on for like it's been on since like 2020. I can't really spoil it that much
Yeah,
anymore.
I feel like at that point you're just like asking for it.
Yeah.
We'll give spoiler warnings in future episodes.
Did you want to talk to me about the next thing that I wrote down?
Yes. All right. So we have to address the elephant in the room, or I should say, pig. There is a Miss Piggy film in the works by Emma Stone and Jennifer Lawrence producing. They have someone writing this right now.
Hmm.
That was I believe they did a musical or a theater performance, or they wrote a play. But yeah, what do you think? This
I
is
was
this
very
the is
like
this the next Barbie?
at first I thought I was looking at the when I saw the news that I was looking at like a fake news outlet and I was like this isn't real. But actually just I think Jennifer Lawrence was just on the Tonight Show and I think she was actually talking about this because then the news broke then. And I think
Hmm.
she said that they came up with like the idea during COVID that like one of her friends, she said like she said it was like during like that cancel culture area too, and she was like, what if like
Hmm.
Miss Piggy got like canceled? Like and that was
Hmm.
like and she's like, that's not the plot. I'm just saying like and then she's like, what if we just made it and then I guess she's like, what if we just made a movie about Miss Piggy? And I'm friends with Emma Stone and we kind of were just talking about it. So yeah, she's like, that's what's happening. So
I think it's
I assume they
cool.
might be in it. I don't know. I assume they might be in
Yeah,
it.
I have that question as well. Like, will they be starring in this right along Miss Piggy? Will it be like a Hollywood treatment of the Miss
Hmm.
Piggy character? Will it be like an actual, maybe one of these maybe Jennifer Lawrence is like a businesswoman and she has to come up with a ad campaign to, make Miss Piggy not be canceled or something like that.
Yeah.
Who knows? But it's cool to see Emma Stone and Jennifer Lawrence working on something.
Hmm.
Um, they would have to be pretty careful with not just basically doing a Miss Piggy version of like Hacks or something like that. Like I'm really interested
Yeah.
in seeing what they're gonna do with it, specifically
Mhm.
the screenplay. But it sounds fun, and I
Yeah, we'll
just know
see. I
that
mean,
it's gonna
those two
cause
have
a
a lot of
divide
pull.
with a specific app. I can see.
I mean, Emma Stone, Jennifer Lawrence, I mean, those are big stars. And if you're a studio and they come to you and I have a Miss Piggy script, you're like, well, I kind of want to read it now.
I would be interested in seeing that
So,
film. I mean,
I'm sure this movie's probably wouldn't come out for like 2 or 3 years if it did come out. Because
you think
sometimes they have these ideas and then like, though 2 years later, they'll ask like Emma Stone, like, oh, we just never really could come up with a good story and it kind of just
it'll
faded
just stay
away.
stuck on the board? It'll just be
Yeah.
stuck on
So
like
we'll
the
see. I
pitching
mean,
floor.
it'd be cool to have Miss Piggy have her own movie. I don't know. Maybe Kermit will be in the background. I don't know.
I was about to say, do you think Kermit's being a simp in the back? Oh man, I love it. I love it.
So
Um,
the next big news that broke, which I don't know if you have seen Michael Mann's. I mean, you probably have not seen the original television show, but Michael B. Jordan and Austin Butler are seemingly confirmed to be in it slash not in Joseph Kosinski's new Miami Vice film.
I've
Have you
heard of
seen
this.
Michael Mann's Miami Vice with Colin Farrell?
Yes.
The movie,
I
not the TV show, because he also
it,
created the TV show.
is there confirmation that these are the two leads?
It's not confirmed yet, but Kaczynski
Okay.
kind of, I think someone asked him and he said those rumors are true, and that's kind of where he left it at.
Really? Wow.
So, and I think Michael Mann might be producing this new version of it. So, I mean, if those two are the leads, I am intrigued.
What is what would you like to see in a Miami Vice film with Michael B. Jordan and Austin Butler? Like what makes it Miami Vice for you? Like I have to have that in this film.
I mean, just it's cool. Miami Vice is cool. I
I
mean, I
love
think
it.
the movie that it was Jimmy Fox and Colin Farrell, I think it came out in like 2008, I want to say.
Mm.
I don't think it was received critically well, but it's kind of over time become like there's a director's cut and everything. Like people have
It's just become
re-examined.
more beloved.
Yeah, I mean the opening of that movie is Jay-Z starts playing just in a dance club, and you're like, okay, I'm fucked up, fucking lock in. This is awesome. Like,
Yeah.
like, so yeah, it's I highly recommend the movie. I mean, the TV show was on in the 80s. If you want to go back and rewatch that whole show, it has actually a lot of stars before they were stars on that show.
I like
Like
those kinds of shows.
Don Johnson. Yeah, so, um, yeah, I'm intrigued by what could happen there. If anything happens, I don't know. I think he is making the movie, just casting is not confirmed yet. Speaking of another big news release this week, which I know you're very, very excited for. A
I
lot of
like
people
how
I know
you're
are
building
very, very excited for.
anticipation.
Is it has been confirmed that they are working on a new Mummy sequel, Mummy 4, with Radio Silence directing, who directed the Scream 5 and 6, Ready or Not, and Abigail. And returning is Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. Are
I'm
you jumping through the roof, through the walls?
I'm gonna flip my table right now. I'm freaking out. Man, what a great time to be a Radio Silence fan. I mean, I almost couldn't believe it whenever I first heard it, but I sent it over to you right away because we've been talking about it's so funny how we've been talking about the mummy a lot and like especially like in the
Yeah.
last couple weeks. And then you get this news. I mean, great job to those guys. I believe one of them worked on the script for Final Destination Bloodlines. One of the guys from Radio Silence. I'm pretty sure. I want to say. But what I wanted to focus on was what does that film look like for these guys? Like, would they? So you have Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz returning. What other characters would you think that would return?
Well, they had a son in the second one, right?
Hmm. They
I'm gonna be
did.
honest.
I
I
wonder
don't
who
think I
played him.
ever. I have the trilogy. I don't think I ever saw the third movie. Gonna be honest.
I don't believe I did either.
And I think I own it. So I think it's in that trilogy somewhere.
I
Like I've
don't think the
seen it.
third
I
one
own it.
is I don't think the third one is across the board like
Did
uh
not well received.
yeah, well received. So I feel like they're calling it the fourth in the franchise, but I feel like maybe they're trying to write like a solid trilogy because The Mummy Returns was a good one. I do remember
Hmm.
being really into that one.
That was always my
Um
favorite one. Was Mummy
mhm,
Returns with the
yeah.
CGI Dwayne Johnson as the
Yeah,
Scorpion
and
King.
I guess my question to you would be like, would you have the original cast return like the original Mummy?
It's interesting that's like I think we talked about how like that era of nostalgia is kind of dying. Like
Hmm.
I think people are over it. But then you have news like this that breaks and everyone's like, "Oh hell yeah, I would watch
Yeah,
that." Like
yeah,
so it's interesting and I think that market of like action adventure, like you had The Mummy, that early 2000s you had like National Treasure, the Sahara, like those
mm,
types of movies where they were like they're going on a mission to like do this stuff. It's like you feel like you're entering like an adventure that I feel like is these movies are missing in Hollywood. They don't make these movies anymore. They don't
I
make
agree.
those. hunt for the treasure in this underground city. Like they just don't make them anymore. So I think
The
there is a
adventure epic.
market. Yeah, there is a market for it. And the first two are great. I watched them all the time as a kid. When that's when I think that's the moment I first noticed that CGI can be bad when I saw the Scorpion King
The Scorpion King is pretty
in
bad.
The Mummy Returns. But I was always a Mummy Returns guy over the Mummy. But I will say the first Mummy was a very a formative movie for me, seeing Rachel Weisz in with her glasses. That's all I'll say.
I get for me, I am so excited for. I mean, well, it's just like I said earlier. What a great time to be a Radio Silence fan. They did so well with Abigail with the practical effects and building that face makeup for what a vampire in the Abigail universe looks like, and it's memorable, it's iconic. Even just like from seeing the poster, you remember what Dan Stevens looked like as a vampire. And then that reminds me of, like, I mean, how much I'm going to be looking forward to the interiors of like this Mummy sequel. And then you got your original cast returning. These guys are going to be going places. I'm really excited for them. I think they what's the word, I think they generate a lot of excitement for film and a lot of excitement for what came before. And
Hmm.
this is like I feel like a good gateway to that. I'm super
Yeah,
excited.
I'm really excited. I hope it goes somewhere and it's not just a announcement, rumor, and then, like I said, things.
Man, that would be
You
like
always
the
have to,
biggest, that would be the
yeah.
biggest disappointment.
Which I guess transitioning to the next piece of big news was
Hmm.
there is, I guess it is confirmed also that they're making another Gremlins, so Gremlins 3. Spielberg coming back to produce, Columbus coming back to direct. Yeah, thoughts?
I was really excited to talk about this one with you. My main question, if anybody cuts up this our first pilot episode into like a million pieces and like gathers information from it, would be that I asked my best friend who is a Spielberg fan, who has seen Gremlins, would
It's been
you
a while though.
go,
It's been a
yeah,
while.
would you go the practical route with
Practical.
yeah, me too, me too. Okay, this is why we're best friends. Okay,
Mm.
I fucking love this.
I feel like
Okay,
you have to. I feel like you have to go
I
practical.
it's the only way, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna reduce that budget. I mean, they can make so much money off of this beloved like franchise. It's been, I wonder how long it's been since a Gremlins film has been in theaters.
80. Didn't they have like a HBO show or something? It's the 1990 was the last
Mhm.
movie.
While
Yeah,
you're looking at that,
there's an HBO
I
Max two-season Gremlins Secrets of the Mogwai.
mm.
Never saw it.
um,
But I feel
but
like
I
yeah,
mean,
you have to go. I'm sorry, I said Chris Columbus coming back to direct. He's not. The first one was directed by Joe Dante. I feel like you have to go practical. Like,
yeah,
I think if you go straight CGI, I feel like it takes away the effect of Gremlins
exactly.
to me. So I don't know.
It's
We'll
a
see. Spielberg
specific
could.
like
Yeah, we'll see. We'll
the
see what
the way
they.
that the Mogwai look, that's why they're so cute. I mean, it's
Mhm,
like a animatronic, it brings all that. I'm thinking about American Werewolf in London. Just like all of those the teamwork that goes behind providing a
mhm.
scene with a practical effect to it. If you could cast a lead in a lead actress and a lead actor, who would you cast in here? I have two.
I think I might know you're female.
Do
Maybe.
you? Only
Does it start
because I
with a
might have
J?
told you already.
Does it start with a J?
Maybe.
Is it Jenna Ortega?
Yeah, Jenna Ortega. I feel like she'd do. Why are you laughing at me? No,
No, I actually think that I think she'd do really well in that.
I think it'd be a perfect I think it'd be a perfect franchise for her to, be part of, work with Spielberg. She is my favorite actress. I can't hide that.
Mm,
But I mean, it would be so cool to see her in a Gremlins film. Beetlejuice did so well. It
hmm
just makes so much sense. And I'm sure that Beetlejuice had a hand in getting these guys to look back and be like, "Hey, do you think we could do Gremlins? Like let's
hmm
let's try and run it back." And you know, she's really big in Wednesday. She has a lot of pull right now, and I feel
Mm,
like that'd be a really cool way to get seats in. For a lead, if they went the route of like having a lead actor in it, I think just pulling Gabriel Bell, giving him a call from the
yeah.
Fablemans, it'd be a great stand-in for the original. There's a lot of things that they could do with this, and
Mm.
I was actually looking at Final Destination Bloodlines. The directors, they're writing this.
Oh,
So
nice.
the directors for Final Destination Bloodlines are writing this, but that was the thing that's where I was coming from with earlier with Radio Silence. I think they should collab on this because it's that one writer that did Final Destination Bloodlines. These guys that are writing the Gremlin sequel, they did not write Final Destination Bloodlines. It was like a group
Mm,
effort. So I
yeah,
think that if you're gonna make a Gremlins 3 film, you should collab. You should hear some more stories and see what comes out of it.
I agree. I agree with those castings, and I'm looking forward to see where they go,
What
especially
if you
directing.
didn't agree? I would be like, oh.
Well, speaking of another 80s franchise, it is rumored that Noah Centineo is in final talks to star as a young Rambo in a prequel film. Have
I'm
you seen
actually
Rambo
excited for
before?
this. I have. I'm
Okay.
actually excited for this.
Rambo is a very interesting franchise because the first movie is about essentially a guy, a Vietnam War vet, coming back
Mm,
home and having like PTSD from and no one believing him. It's like it's about how the U.S. treats its veterans.
hmm
And then the second one, they're like, okay, but what if he had machine guns for arms? That's basically where the first Rambo franchise went. It's like the first Rambo is great. I mean, it's called just called First Blood, but
hmm
the franchise over time became like like what if he just like can blow up a tank with like his fist? Like that's just Rambo. So
hmm
it's interesting. Is like, is this movie going to be about him in Vietnam or like,
I've heard two sides to this. People like being like, I mean, what are we doing? Like, why are we casting Noah Centineo in this? And then also like, this is very smart, and I'm on this side. This is a very very smart move for having that talent do this IP.
hmm
I think you're gonna have like dads going to the theaters, which is
hmm
like very hard to do, very hard to get that like demographic into the theater. And then also you have like your TikTok generation that like that loves Noah Centineo, and they'll be in there as well. I think it's a smart move.
yeah, and it'll get people to rewatch the Rambo films. I mean, I think when you get to like Rambo 5, you're kind of like, okay, I think it's, I get it. Like you can do that stuff, but I mean, the First Blood is a great film, and like I think it's a one of the best like movies about PTSD and how they treat veterans that came home from Vietnam. Like it was actually a very very good, timely movie for that time, and
That type of
it
film.
spawns into like those types of movies just spawn into like if you it's like you watch like the first Predator and then you watch like Predators or the Predator. It's like, oh, it's kind of like you can see where they're like kind of going in a different direction of what the
Mhm.
original movies are supposed to stand for. But it's again, it's a franchise, so you're gonna change things to make them sell. So.
Yeah. What would you say that genre, like that specific like type of film is? Because growing up, my stepdad, he had like a little collection of like DVDs that he liked to like watch over and over again. And I mean, definitely had Rambo. Also, he had Blood In, Blood Out, The Warriors,
Mhm.
just like those kinds of
Just a big 80s
films.
guy. Just a big 80s
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, it's just but they're like guy films. They're like the
Yeah.
the guy ones.
Mm.
I think it's smart. I'm looking forward to see what happens with it.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Then we
I
heard
thought it was already
that
out. I did. Whenever he was on here, I was like, oh wait, I thought it was out.
uh, and then we heard that the first trailer for Avengers Doomsday will be releasing with Avatar Fire and Ash, which I kind of figured I feel like it's going to be a teaser. I don't think it's going to be a full-on trailer, but
Like a sizzle.
I figured that was going to, it's Disney synergy, and yeah, I feel like it was going to happen. Thoughts?
That those two films were gonna pair together. My thoughts, man, we're gonna go into like a 30-minute talk again.
We don't have to talk about Marvel. We can just say
No, no,
like
no.
thoughts on the trailer.
No, no, no. It's of course, Disney's gonna put Avatar or put Avengers Doomsday right in front of Avatar Fire and Ash.
It'll probably be the last. It'll be the last trailer before the movie starts.
The release date has been moved. It was supposed to release in the summer, but got pushed to December. I definitely think going forward, we should do an episode over Doomsday, because just to talk about it. But as far as thoughts, I'll let you know how I feel about it after I see it. Right now, it's just like I'm nervous.
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah, I think
nervous. What about you?
my only thoughts when I saw that, I was just like, yeah, I figured a teaser would come. It's Disney.
Yeah, it's like,
Like
all right.
they've been done shooting it for a while, even though I've heard that stuff on that was happening during production was kind of wild. So I don't know. We'll
Yeah,
see. We'll see.
yeah,
I'll judge the movie when it comes out.
yeah.
Another piece of news that I wrote down, mainly for we both like one of the actors in this film. It's called My Darling California. I don't know much about it, but it stars Jessica Chastain, Josh Brolin, Don Cheadle, Mikey Madison, Charles Mountain, and Chris Pine.
Wow,
I don't know
got a
much
few
about
in
it.
there.
But I just saw Mikey Madison is now filming the new Social Network sequel, and she just signed on to
Yeah,
that. So post a Nora win, she's starting to come back. So we'll see. I
yeah.
assume these movies are probably going to come out 2026. So
I remember whenever we watched, we were, texting back and forth that night, that she was probably going to be pretty picky with her next
mhm.
role,
I think she
and
was
it,
offered the Star Wars role with Ryan
yeah,
Gosling, and she turned it
yeah.
down.
Yeah, she did. I trust her. I think she's pretty smart right now, figuring out, what's the next step.
Hmm.
What a year. I mean, I'm sure that she's been reeling like ever since she won.
Oh yeah, take your time
Yeah,
because now you kind of have a I can choose my next film as opposed to
yeah,
like them telling me what to star in essentially.
exactly.
But
And if
I
she's
have the
choosing
plot.
this,
I have the plot of the film. Set in
nice.
Los Angeles, the film will chart how a single crime weaves together the lives of a TV host, his restless wife, a country music idol, two small-time crooks, and an ex-con, all of whom are chasing the promise of a better life. So I don't know if this is going to be like a Rashomon thing, where it's like kind of what Weapons did, where it's like different
Mm,
story perspectives of what's happening.
mm.
Cast is great, so we'll see.
It sounds
Excited to
good. I
see
mean, it has kind of a
Mikey
little
Madison
bit of
back.
like a Tarantino aura to it.
Excited to see Mikey Madison maybe in two movies next year. So.
Heck yeah.
Another big piece of news. This has been talk of the town for a while. I know at my work
Hmm.
too. NBC Universal is now exploring a bid to buy Warner Brothers, which I assume that means Comcast is exploring the bid because Comcast owns NBC. They also own my favorite hockey team, the Philadelphia Flyers. Comcast's headquarters is in Philadelphia. That's why they own that. But I think the main people that are trying to buy it, I guess, would be Comcast, Netflix, and Paramount, which I
The
believe,
Ellisons.
yeah, I believe they're only looking to buy theatrical, though. I think they would then split it into different things. Like they might even sell HBO to another company. I don't know
Yeah.
the whole thing going on right now, but it's just like an interesting thing to keep an eye on that Warner Brothers was most likely going to sell. It's just to who. So,
Yeah. I mean, it's a loaded sell, because they come with a lot of debt. I mean,
you know,
it's a
and
gamble
then
either way.
affects a lot of people. A lot of layoffs happen.
Hmm.
It's it's not a good time in the film industry right now. So,
My thing is
was
also
curious to
like,
see what happens.
it's also, I want, of course, like it's not about what we want, but there's also like the sacrificing, like how much diversity in art that is going to come from this cell, potentially, how it could, subtract a lot of stories from being told. So
Hmm.
yeah, I agree, it's important to keep up with, and navigate what's going to happen.
Hmm. We'll have like a few more things here. Nothing like hugely drastic. Just a couple things I thought was interesting. There obviously Jurassic World Rebirth made a lot of money. So of course they announced that they are working on a sequel to Jurassic World Rebirth, and I think they're trying to get Gareth Edwards to return to direct. Did you see Jurassic World Rebirth, Tim?
I did. I had
Did
to
you
see
like it?
that
Did you
film
like it?
twice.
Did you like it?
It was okay. I didn't like, I liked the film. I liked how it looked. I
Hmm.
thought it was very, very cool.
I agree.
What I didn't like is the writing. And
Yes.
that's where it really fell flat for me. I mean, You had characters doing like and saying the silliest of things, and I wanted more for Jonathan Bailey and Scarlett Johansson. Of course, it's unfortunate whenever you got a screenplay and you got this great budget and this great film, the screenplay is like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
kind of done there.
I agree. It did look visually well. Like I think they did
Mm,
shoot it on film. I believe they shot it on film. But yeah, I agree. I was mixed on it. It made a lot of money though. I think it outgrossed Fantastic Four and Superman. It made like $800
yeah,
million.
yeah.
So there is
It
still a market for those Jurassic movies. People like them. So or they'll at
mhm.
least go see them.
The
I don't know if they
international
actually
numbers is where it
like
really soared. Like this,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of people in the US, like they're super hyper fixated on box office, and like they're
Yeah.
like, oh, that film only made like $85 million here in the US. Like, well, if something's like universally beloved, like they're gonna go to the theaters. Like people are
hmm
going to theaters to watch that internationally. And that's what World Rebirth did.
hmm So we'll see. I assume that's probably going to come out in the next 2 to 3 years. I don't know why they wouldn't make another one. Did well. Keep making them until people don't want them anymore. So that's how you make your money.
I'm always gonna love a dino flick.
Another great piece of news that I saw is that Benicio del Toro is reportedly in talks to join the cast of Lee Isaac Chung's Ocean's 11 prequel, which would have him joining the film with Margot Robbie and Bradley Cooper.
What a
Thoughts?
man. What a man. I just like
You have a few small
everything he
beers?
touches is gold. A few small beers. Yeah. I mean, just think about what we're talking about right now. You just mentioning Benicio del Toro being part of this film that is already on this like grand scale. It just adds more like fire to
hmm
it. There's specific talent where like so and so is joining this film. And you're like, oh, okay, I'll still
hmm
see it. Benicio del Toro. Oh yeah, heck yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Like he just has this energy to him.
And originally it's supposed to be Ryan Gosling in the lead with Bradley Cooper.
See,
However, I think
see.
Ryan Gosling left to do something else. It may have been Star Wars. I'm not entirely sure. Um, but I'm very looking forward to that. I think they're going to be playing Danny Ocean's parents, Brian Robbie and Bradley Cooper. So they're playing George Clooney's parents. So it'll be interesting. Lee Isaac Chung, from Twisters and Minari. So I guess this would be his next big thing. So
That does sound
yeah.
like an exciting film.
And then the last piece of news, it's kind of just like it was like a little blurb that I saw is that Meryl Streep and Sigourney Weaver are going to star in a new thriller called Useful Idiots.
I like that name.
And I'm going to look at the film because I don't know what the plot is.
Oh man, I was expecting for Sigourney Weaver to announce that she was like starring in like a new Alien film or something.
Yeah.
To be doing something with Meryl Streep, that sounds pretty fun, actually.
I think it's kind of like about like journalism and like 60 Minutes type of vibe. So I
Hmm.
love journalist movies. Obviously, All the President's Men is like top 10 all time for
You
me.
sure do.
So very interested in this. I obviously love Meryl Streep, Sigourney Weaver. I'm not entirely sure if they've even acted opposite each other. I could be completely wrong and me looking like an idiot right now, but I don't know if they've been. Let me see. Meryl
I
Streep.
guess while you're looking at that, is it the expose element of like the writing in those films that you really like a lot?
Yeah,
Like
I just
the
love like it's like a Zodiac where it's like they're invest and like they just keep finding things out as it goes. And you as an audience, I mean, most of the stuff you already know, but it's like it's just
Mhm.
fun to go on that journey of seeing
Yeah.
them figure stuff out in real time for themselves. I
Yeah.
don't
It's like crawling down a rabbit hole or something. Like
know.
the Zodiac I really enjoyed. I like that you brought that one up.
hmm
Now I'm thinking if they've acted together in anything.
I'm looking right now. I just want to make sure that I'm not like everyone's like,
That
"Oh,
we're both a lot
what are you
like
talking about?
you guys
They
are
were in
dumb.
blah blah." Yeah, they were in blah blah from 1989
And it'd be
together.
like an obvious one that we should have been like, oh.
Yeah. Well, they might have been, honestly, but it's okay. Anyway.
Man, the industry gave us a lot of news to talk about
I
this
know that
week.
was anyway, thanks for sitting here for I don't know, an hour or so and listening to
Hopefully
us.
it's not more than an hour.
Yeah,
Hopefully
when I put it
there's
together. It's not.
someone that is commuting to like a job that's like, 45 minutes away or something.
But hopefully you all liked this new format we're trying. We're gonna try and put these out every week. Hopefully some weeks are lighter than others, but it's good to have the conversation going.
Hopefully both like each other's casting for movie news.
And who
So,
knows? Maybe you'll see some past co-hosts come on and talk about some news with us sometimes. So,
yeah,
thank you for listening. And we'll be back next time for more movie news.
bye.
This podcast is hosted and edited by Pat Brennan. That's me, with intro and closing music by Patrick Baxter.